What is up, Aquarius? You could have Aquarius in your chart, sun, moon, Venus, or rising. I was going to do a separate for the fathers and separate for a mother's reading, but I think I'm just going to combine it because sometimes men can come into females' life and take roles of sperm donors, and women can come into men's life and take roles of egg donors. Okay. Normally I'm not a hearer. Normally I'm a feeler. And I've been hearing it's not fair, it's not fair, it's not fair. Spirit is guiding me to do this message because even at times we may have everything going on. We may have, everything, our bills is paid or whatever the case may be. But at the end of the day, we still suffer from that, not so much aloneness, but it's like doing it by ourselves. It's kind of like we're just empty, like we do for so much. And this is the children that I'm talking about. I'm not talking about any type of man or whatever the case may be, y'all. Okay. I don't know what's going on with my eyelash today, but it's okay. Guess they want to be lazy. But just know it's gonna be okay. It's okay. Your angels see it. As I was sitting here and I was thinking about doing this message, 5555 came. Okay, that's 4 5s. We all know 555 is all about change, new beginnings, positive things is coming into your life. So when I seen 5555, I had to double look it because I thought it was 5 5s, but it was really 4 5s. So it's like my eyes was playing tricks on me, and I would just like, I have to do this message, spirit. I understand the assignment. So even if your kids are grown or whatever the case may be, your kids could be out the house or whatever. This could have been when you actually had the kids in your house and you didn't really have that type of support that you would have wanted, because it's not who we lay down with, okay? Because we can lay down with somebody and we can actually think, okay, this is our person, this is going to actually be, my husband one day or my wife one day, da 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 da, and it doesn't work out that way. Okay. So this is a message like, it's not your fault. It's not your fault. Don't think that you're a failure. Don't think that, your angels and your guides and your ancestors in the universe, they don't see what you're doing. They see everything. The 555, the 4 5 message is where a guardian angel is protecting you. Like, it's like they see you. And then I see 4 4 4 and then 4 4 4. So, and then I seen 3 3 3. So that definitely gave me confirmation. Like, do this message. Like, do not give up. Okay. Do not give up. So for those who do not know me, my name is Spiritual Star 111. Only take what resonates. If you're a single parent and you got it going on by yourself, you don't care, then maybe this message does not resonate with you. But if you're a single parent and at times you just feel like, God, just, I'm doing the best that I can. I love my kids, and not so much. So, you're thinking negative is just like, can I ever catch a break type of mode, then just know that you're doing what you need to do. You're doing the best that you can. Good job. Shout out to all the fathers that don't even have these kids, and they sit here and take these kids underneath their, or didn't even help to make these kids, and they take these kids underneath their wings. Shout out to all the mothers that didn't even help to make these kids, and they took these kids underneath their wings. Okay, we are all children of spirit. So shout out to you. And even if you do not have your kids and you had to give your kids up for any type of reason, don't consider yourself as a failure. You did those kids a favor. Okay? You could have done anything with those kids. You could have aborted those kids. You could have done anything, treated them kids badly when they came out or whatever. But you chose to keep those children. Okay? So give yourself a pat on the back. Okay? So this is a message to the parents. Okay? I was going to do a single segment, but I'm just going to just do it together. All right? So find it in your spirits to like, comment, and subscribe. Everything you need to know about me is in the description box. Just push the arrow and read. So Archangel Michael, I ask that you use me in the highest right light as I give a clear and communicative, understanding message to whoever needs to hear this. Aquarius, you could have Aquarius in your chart or whatever the case may be. I ask that you bring forth whoever needs to hear this and block out whoever does not need to hear this. Holy Spirit, holy angels, ancestors, spirit guides, and most importantly, the universe. So when I was going to do this song the song, I swear music just be, when I was going to do this message for just the mothers first, and then I was going to do the fathers, because every day is Mother's Day, every day is Father's Day, right? And when I was going to do this message, I was going to sing that song by Fantasia, Baby Mama, because, I was just like, it's about time we had our own song. Don't know. Okay. But then I was like, I'm just going to combine it, okay? So don't give up, okay? I know it's hard. I know you got to do it by yourself, but yeah, have faith. I'll bring y'all a little closer, okay? Bring y'all a little closer. Have faith. Yep. Like attracts like. If you long for more, be more loving, okay? And this is just based on like maybe you want children, you know, maybe you want that union or whatever. I tell y'all all the time to do things from a loving space. Do things from a loving space at this time, okay? Your children is longing to you just like you're longing to them. You got some parents out there, you just don't love your child like enough. Like they want that love, they want that attention, they want it. Physical touch, told you. This is a parent's message. So if you see adults on the card, don't pay no attention to it. Physical touch, a tender touch can mean so much. So one of your child, just give your child a hug. You know, appreciate your child. Even if you're going through, let me tell you, my daughter gives the best hugs. Even if I'm going through something, and even her teachers say the same thing, you could just hug her, and it's like you just be like she is truly a healer. Okay. Listen with your heart. You are listening, but no need to hear. You are listening, but need to hear with the loving heart. So I just said that. Do things from a loving space. Listen to your children. And I was going to say, hug your children if you feel any type of, just tell your kids, just give me a hug, you know? If you feel like it's just too much and you're just doing too much or whatever the case may be. You got this, okay? And your work is not being unseen. All right. Your true love may come in and help you at this time, or your kids just need some type of true love with you. Okay. Always speak love to them. All right, because it can change their life tremendously, especially if you was like in foster care or whatever the case may be, and you just didn't have that type of ear itch confirmation, and you just didn't have that type of parent to actually show you that affection. And even to this day, you may not have that type of parent to show you that affection, and it's okay, y'all. 12:22 on the clock. So ask for help. If you need help, ask for help. You are limited. You can do anything you choose. Do things always with your kids throughout kindness so they can grow up and they can actually, reflect off of you and turn on your heart light. Okay? So we can sit here and say we love our kids all day long, right? I love my kids. I love my kids. I love my kids. But you have to show your kids that you love them as well. You have to show your kids that you love them as well, and you have to talk to your kids, embrace your kids, spend time with your kids, have some type of moment to moment, appreciate the moments with the children as well. Okay, even though you're going through so much stress and whatever else that you're going through in this time, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Because a lot of times, I'm going to go ahead and incorporate this in because this is going to be a separate message. You have to reflect on your actions for the generational curse. Just because you broke your generational curse in your family, you have to keep your morals and however you broke your generational curse so it won't pass down to your kids. You have to always remember that, and then you wonder why your kids go through so much heartache, breakups, or whatever the case may be, is because you passed on some type of karma to your kids as well. Your parents, their parents, your parents, it's like going down the line. So keep that in mind too. Keep that in mind too. Yep. So you got the fountain, told you. The fountain. Whatever that you're doing right now, always pay attention to your children. Always be high vibrational for yourself, not only yourself, for your kids as well. You got this, okay? Two of Wands. Let them show which direction that they need to go. You be the guide and let them follow the way, okay? Because as you're building with the Six of Coins, whatever that you're doing to your with your kids or whatever you're doing for your kids, Spirit is going to return that back into favor, especially if you're doing it by yourself. If you're not doing it by yourself and you have a partner, I'm not saying you're not going to get favored. You're going to get favored as well, too. Page of Wands, okay? Be there for your kids as much as you can be for their kids. If they want to get into sports, get into sports. If they want to sit here and do this, just spend some type of time with them. Some type of time with them. Kids are so important nowadays. Yeah. Because they can easily leave out your life. They can easily leave up out your life as they entered your life, right? And you don't want your child to feel like they're not wanted, because that's how they get caught up in addictions. That's how they get caught up with bad relationships. That's how they get caught up in doing the wrong thing. That's how they get caught up in a lot of stuff. So don't blame yourself because your child is under some type of influence or whatever the case may be. They just need some type of guidance, which is the Two of Cups here. They just need some type of love. Okay? So they can return to how you want them to be. The Wheel of Fortune is in reverse. And you may have a good relationship with your child. You may. Two of Coins is here as well. So definitely 222, 666, definitely. But you may have a good relationship with your child, but at the same time, let your child know the difference between to actually stay balanced. Because generational curses are very hard to break. Very hard to break. And you actually have a lot of kids. King of Cups is here. You have a lot of kids that's committing suicide because they feel like their parent has left them out in the cold with the five of coins or the 10 of swords, or stabbed them in the back. And I know it's hard to hear, but I'm telling you, you never know, especially if you have a quiet child. Like my child was very quiet, and I had to tell him, you could talk to me about anything. I am the mother and the father, and you could talk to me about anything. There's no question that you can't ask me that I can't answer, okay? Because you never know, your kids may have to take care of you one day. So by you're sitting here doing all this and stressing and thinking that, trying to make ends meet, just know, as you raise your children how it's supposed to be raised, how you actually talk to your kids. My nose shiny from that cocoa butter, y'all. I put cocoa butter on my face and it makes my face very shiny. But as you see here, do for your kids, they may return the favor one day. Yep, Six of Cups. They're going to remember the memories, okay? They're going to remember it. They're going to remember the memories. And even if your kids done seen some bad stuff, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Just make sure you continue to show that passion with the Ace of Wands. Show that passion to your kids, y'all. Justice is here. Okay? Ace of Swords is here. Spirit saying this is the truth when I'm telling you. I told you, Spirit wanted me to come on and do this message. I'm not saying that you're a bad parent. I would never say that, because we don't have a handbook. Sometimes we incorporate how we was raised as a child, we incorporate into our adulthood. And I always promised myself, if I ever had a child, that I would never let them go through how I went through as a child. And a lot of you may have said that. Just know it is not your fault. It is not your fault, okay? This justice this is scales on this card. So this balance that you are building with your kids, even if your kids is grown or whatever the case may be, and you was like, I done everything I done, sir, and they still, manage to do this and manage to do that. It's okay. Nowadays, your child is always going to need you. So if you're not talking to your child, or your child is not talking to you, your child is always going to need you. You think they don't think about their mom? They think about their mother. They may not think about their father, or they may not think about their father, and they think about their mother. Put it where it resonates. They remember you. They remember you. Page of Swords. They're gonna need that type of guidance. They remember you. They love you. Eight of Swords. They can never turn their back on you or put an end to you because you created them. Release that guilt. Release whatever that you have, okay? Stop being in that hangman position, because one day your children may have to take care of you with the 10 of coins. Stop saying that it's your fault. It's not your fault. Just because you and somebody did not work out, it is not your fault. And even if you try to make it work out or vice versa, because I'm not biased, sometimes the women keep the men from their children, and sometimes the men keep the women from their children. But if you know you're that type of person to where you tried to make it work, whether it was visitation, whether it was child support, or whatever the case may be, and it still wasn't working out, y'all, or whatever, then stop blaming yourself. Stop blaming yourself. Okay? Close me out, Spirit. Six of Swords. Move on from it. And whatever, Ace of Swords here too. Judgment is here. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Judgment is here. Ace of Swords, Temperance, and Six of Wands. If you didn't work out with somebody, move on from it. Continue listening from within, creating your own peace mentality physically and spiritually, right? Judgment and the Ace of Swords. Continue to let your kids know the truth. Let your continue to be the truth for your kids, because they're going to be able to look up to you. With all this stuff going on in the world, trying to sit here and change these kids' minds or whatever the case may be, they have that commitment with you, right? They want to learn from you. They need to learn from you. They love you, right? With the Five of Swords, so they can overcome conflict, right? The High Priestess, so they can listen from within, or they can always reflect, what would my mom or my dad do? My mom wouldn't let me do that. My dad wouldn't let me do that. You have to be an example for your children, especially dealing with some type of generational curse. And if you are still generational curse, then you still have to try to go within and ask Spirit, let me break from this generational curse, because I don't want my child going through burdens that I went through. I'm so glad that I learned from my mistakes, so that way, if my child ever wants to get married, ever want to start dating, I can be that voice for them. If they ever want to purchase something or this, that, I can be that voice. And that's how you have to be as a single parent. So don't give up, sugar. You got this. Okay? 10 of Cups. Some of you wanted kids. Some of you can't have kids and you had kids. That was your 10 of Cups. You were searching. And Spirit brought it to you. Okay? That's all I have for you today. I'm going to get some Archangel Michael cards, because y'all know I love me some Archangel Michael. But it's okay. Just breathe. Okay? It does get hard. But at the end of the day, as long as you trust in Spirit, as long as you trust in your angel, as long as you just stay positive and trust in the changes that is coming towards you, it's okay. It's okay. Because your child may get older and they may go through things and they're wondering why they're going through this, because. And even if you've done everything that you can and it's not your fault, then cool. I'm not saying that. Sometimes you do everything you can and your child still grow up and they still go through stuff. Focus upon divine and perfect help. Period. Be gentle with yourself. So a lot of y'all stressing out because of your child. Use your imagination and you will see the answer. 3 more, Archangel. I was just going to get 1, but you done spoken. 1 more. Thank you. Your inner guidance, and I love this card, is real and trustworthy. He's with you every step of the way, protecting you. And even if your kids is not with you, he is right there protecting them, seeking guidance, right? You and your loved ones are safe. Romance angels are helping you, and sense of humor. Stop stressing, laugh. Stop saying it's your fault. It's not. Okay? Continuous on staying healthy, staying blessed, staying safe. And until we meet again, namaste.